Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tera Vanatare Yamuna Tera Jasodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamuna Tera Vanatare Yamuna Tera Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Pre Bharga Chakra Stotra Satya Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Shilabhai Charanavina Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Iskandi ki Founder Acharya Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Namacharya Srila Hridayas Thakur ki Jai Samavata Bhaktivedanta ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Grant Raj my Bhagavatam ki Jai Jai Gauratam Devi. All that is to be assembled devotees, all that is to be assembled devotees, all that is to be assembled devotees, all that is to Sri Guru, to Sri Gauranga, all that is to Sri Guru. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhuttale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Svam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savanitam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saharana Valita Shri Sakanvitam Scha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hare Vansakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Devacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, let us first offer respectful obeisances to Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to Nara Narayana Rishi, the supreme human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Sri Guru Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta Prayasha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering the service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed, practically to kneel and loving devotional service until the Supreme Lord is praised with transcendental songs. It becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Puranam Brahmasamitam
Puranam Brahmasamitam
Utamashloka Charitam
Tamasloka Charitam
Chakara Bhagavan Rishi
Yakara Bhagavan Rishi
Nishreyasaya Lokasya
Nisesa Lokasya
Dhanyam Swasaya Namaha.
Dhanyam Swasya Namaha.
This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Granthara, as the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita Gadadhar,
Sri Advaita Gadadhar
Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Sri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya,
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Surabhyaya Namaha,
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha,
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Om Surabhyaya Namaha,
Om Surabhyaya Namaha
Mukam Karoti Vasanam Prangum Rangayate Yatripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Janataram, Yatripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Janataram. Hare Krishna. This morning we continue from Srimad Bhagavatam. Today is February the 28th, 2023. We are here in Mayapur in Nandigram, sitting in front of our Barmasan College. Coming up, actually you can turn. This is the not mandir under construction right now. It is a bamboo structure, temporary structure, temporary at least for the next few years. And the road, different, Rajmarg is coming up there. Probably within 1 week we should see most of this completed. And today is being the 28th of February. It is not a leap year, so today is the last day of February. Tomorrow, the 1st of March. We have a few devotees arriving. Rameshwar Prabhu, after a long time, is coming back to Sri Mayapur. And 2 more devotees and 2 special guests also coming. We will mention about the special guests later. We are reading from the 2nd canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, entitled First Step in God Realization. And today's text 26, right? Text 26. Yes. Patalam Etasya Hi Pada Moolam Patanti Varshni Prapade Rasatalam,
Rasatalam,
Mahatalam,
Mahatalam,
Vishwa,
Vishwa,
Srijo,
Srijo,
Atha,
Tha,
Gulpao,
Gulpao,
Talatalam,
Talatalam,
Vai,
Vai,
Purushasya,
Purusasya,
Janghe,
Jange,
Patalam, Etasya hi Padamulam,
Patalameta Shahi Padamulam,
Pathanti Parshni Prapade Rasatalam,
Patanti Parshne Prapade Rasatalam,
Mahatalam Vishva Srijota Gulpao,
Mahatalam Vishwa Srijotha Gulpao,
Mahatalam Vishva Srijota Gulpao,
Mahatalam Vishwa Srijotha Gulpao,
Talatalam Vai Purushasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purusasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purushasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purusasya Janghe,
Patalam Metasya hi Padamulam,
Talameta Shahi Padamulam,
Pathanti Parshni Prapade Rasalam,
Patanti Parshne Prapade Rasatalam,
Mahatalam Vishva Srijota Gulpo,
Mahatalam Vishwa Srijotha Gulpao,
Talatalam Vai Purushasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purusasya Janghe,
Patalam Metasya hi Padamulam,
Patalameta Shahi Padamulam,
Pathanti Parshni Prapade Rasatalam,
Patanti Prashne Prapade Rasatalam,
Mahatalam Vishva Srijota Gulpo,
Mahatalam Vishwa Srijotha Gulpao,
Talatalam Vai Purushasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purusasya Janghe, Patalameta Shahi Padamulam,
Patalam Etasya hi Padamulam,
Patanti Prashne Prapade Rasatalam,
Pathanti Parshni Prapade Rasatalam,
Mahatalam Vishwa Srijotha Gulpao,
Mahatalam Vishva Srijota Gulpo,
Talatalam Vai Purusasya Janghe,
Talatalam Vai Purushasya Janghe. Okay. One second here. Patalam,
Patalam,
the planets
the planet
at the bottom
and the bottom
of the universe.
of the universe.
Itasya,
Itasya
of his,
of his,
he,
he,
exactly.
exactly.
Padamulam,
Padamulam,
soles of the feet.
soles of the feet.
Patanti,
Patanti,
they study it.
they study it.
Parshni,
Parsni,
the heels.
the heels.
Prapade,
Prapade,
the toes.
the toes.
Rasatalam,
Rasatalam,
the planets named
the planets names.
Rasatala.
Rasatala,
Mahatalam,
Mahatalam,
the planets named
the planets names.
Mahatala.
Mahatala,
Vishva Srijaha,
Vishwasrijaha,
of the creator
of the creator
of the universe.
of the universe.
Atha,
Atha,
thus,
thus,
Gulpao,
Gulpao,
the ankles.
the ankle.
Talatalam,
Talatalam,
the planets named
the planets names.
Talatala.
Talatala,
Why?
why,
As they are
as they are.
Purushasya,
Purushasya,
of the gigantic person.
of the gigantic person.
Janghe,
Janghe,
the shanks.
the shank.
Person, translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki.
Jai.
The persons who have realized it have studied that the planets known as Patala constitute the bottoms of the feet of the universal Lord, and the heels and the toes are the Rasatala planets. The ankles are the Mahatala planets, and his shanks constitute the Talatala planets. Please repeat after me. Persons who have
Persons who have
realized it
realized it
have studied
have studied
that the planets
that the planet
known as Patala
Patala,
constitute
constitute
the
the
bottoms
bottom
of the feet
of the feet
of the universal Lord,
of the universe Lord,
and the heels
and the heels
and the toes
and the toes
are the Rasatala planets.
are the Rashatala planet.
The ankles
The ankles
are the Mahatala
are the Mahatala
planets,
planets,
and his shanks
and his sanks
constitute
constitute
the Talatala planets.
the Talatala planet.
Report. Outside the bodily existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the manifested cosmic existence has no reality. Everything and anything of the manifested world rests on him, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 9:4. But that does not imply that everything and anything in the vision of a materialist is the supreme personality. The conception of the universal form of the Lord gives a chance to the materialist to think of the Supreme Lord, but the materialist must know for certain that his visualization of the world is in the spirit of lording over it, is not God realization. The materialistic view of exploitation of the material resources is occasioned by the illusion of the external energy of the Lord, and as such, if anyone wants to realize the supreme truth by conceiving of the universal form of the Lord, he must cultivate the service attitude. Unless the service attitude is revived, the conception of virat realization will have very little effect on the seer. The transcendental Lord, in any conception of his form, is never part of the material creation. He keeps his identity as Supreme Spirit in all circumstances and is never affected by the tree material qualities, for everything material is contaminated. The Lord always exists by his internal energy. The universe is divided into 14 planetary systems, 7 planetary systems called Bhur, Bhubar, Swar, Mahar, Janas, Tapas, and Satya are upward planetary systems, one above the other. There are also 7 planetary systems downward, known as Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala, gradually one below the other. In this verse, the description begins from the bottom because it is in the line of devotion that the Lord's bodily description should begin from his feet. Shukadeva Goswami is a recognized devotee of the Lord, and he is exactly correct in the description. The translation again: the persons who have realized it have studied that the planets known as Patala constitute the bottoms of the feet of the universal Lord, and the heels and the toes are the Rasatala planets. The ankles are the Mahatala planets, and his shanks constitute the Talatala planets. So we get a glimpse, some little understanding of the cosmic manifestation, the specifically how each universe is divided into 14 levels, referred to as 14 planetary systems. the upper portion, beginning from Bhur, Bhuvar, Svar, going up to Satyaloka or Brahmaloka. They are the upper planetary systems, and below are 7 additional planetary systems going down to the last, which is Patala Loka. So upper planetary systems, higher planetary systems is are referred to as Svargaloka, heavenly planets, and lower planetary systems are referred to as hellish planets. This is the Vedic conception of heaven and, well, heaven and earth, uh, heaven and hell, rather. Heaven being the heavenly planets, are called in Sanskrit Swarga Loka, where different demigods reside, and the lower planetary systems, um, which are described more in detail in the 5th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. There are on these different lower planets, there are different hellish planets where in great detail it is described depending on the sinful activity that one performs, then he is assigned to some particular hellish planet to, to suffer. Most important instruction being given here by Srila Prabhupada in the purport is that this material conception of the universe, known as Virat Rupa, is a very wonderful creation beyond our imagination, very extraordinary. And Prabhupada points out how to actually properly understand eventually the Lord, one must develop what Prabhupada refers to as service attitude, as opposed to exploiting these natural resources or exploiting the material energy, which is unfortunately the predominant rather, and prominent feature of modern day so-called advanced society. In other words, as we come to understand more how this cosmic manifestation is created, how it is constituted, we should develop an attitude of it should actually help us to become humble, and we should develop this mood or mentality of service. Only this type of mentality, in other words, respect. Anything that is great, we have generally a tendency to give respect. Prabhupada gives the example of people who live in jungle. If if they are living near a big mountain, they will give respect to that mountain. Or if they see the vast ocean, they will also, by nature, they will want to give respect because they understand that the ocean and nature in general is very, very powerful. Um, when we come in contact with persons who are very powerful, more powerful than us, then we it is natural to develop some uh, some respect towards such an individual. So Krishna is the one. He is the source. Aham sarvasya prabhavu atas sarvam pravartate iti madva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samantitaha. One of the four uh, key verses from the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, or the Bhagavad Gita rather, not 10th canto, 10th chapter. Aham sarvas, text number 8, 10:8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam vidabhava samanditaha. Krishna explains, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So the more we know about how this material world is created, how it is nicely arranged, how it is divided into these 14 planetary systems, and there is within each of these planetary systems, Bhagavatam describes all types of activities, very extraordinary activities beyond our imagination. Then naturally, here it mentions those who are wise. Buddha, Buddhi means intelligence. So here it is translated as wise. Those who are wise, they will develop this. Same thing is being referred to here. They will develop this service attitude. And Papa just confirms this again in the purport of this text number 8. I'll just read a short portion here. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from the authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Yes. He becomes fixed in his devotional service to the Lord. So this is the message being conveyed here. Those who are of a materialistic understanding, their tendency will be to exploit the material resources as it is taking place in the world today. and those who are pious, those who are having purified consciousness, they will want to protect and actually worship the Lord by properly caring for this material energy that the Lord displays in the material world. And the last point at the end of the purport mentioned by Srila Prabhupada is that Shukadeva Goswami, in describing or explaining this to Parikshit Maharaj, begins his description of these lower, of these different planetary systems actually by the lower, the last of the planetary systems called Patala Loka. Patala Loka, it is described in the Bhagavatam as just above the Garbha ocean. There's half of the universe, as we know from the Bhagavatam. When Mahavishnu expands into Garbhadakshay Vishnu, he enters each universe as Garbhadakshay Vishnu and fills the universe, half of the universe, with water from his body, perspiration from his body, and he lies on that Garbha ocean in his form as Garbhadakshay Vishnu, and it is from his navel that sprouts the lotus stem within which all the universes are contained, all of these 14 planetary systems. And Patala Loka therefore is very close to the causal ocean. Yeah. It is at the lowest level. So this is all nicely described in the Bhagavatam. So the point being made here by Srila Prabhupada is that when we take darshan of the Lord, we don't immediately look at the eyes of the Lord. We begin with the lotus feet of the Lord when we render service and offer something to the Lord. Our meditation is meant to begin at the lotus feet of the Lord. The whole Bhagavatam is actually laid out in this way. First canto, first and second canto, which describe the creation, are meant to be meditation on the lotus feet of the Lord, and gradually rising to the 10th canto, which is describing the beautiful features of face of the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada points out how, because Shukadeva Goswami is a perfect devotee, therefore he is very correct in beginning the description of this Virat Rupa form of the Lord by referring to the Patala Loka, the lower planetary system. So we'll just read the text again and let's see. Yeah. A person who have realized it have studied that the planets known as Patala constitute the bottoms of the feet of the universal Lord, and the heels and the toes are the Rasa Tala planets. The ankles are the Mahatala planets, and his shanks constitute the Tala planets. Then other planets will be described in the verses coming up tomorrow. Next day. Jai Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki Jai. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.